In this tutorial in Microsoft Word, we're going to look at how to customize the styles that control the formatting in your current document. Every time you open Microsoft Word, it assigns a style set to that document. And we have a tutorial on that. That's related to the Design tab at the very top. But here we're going to look at the various styles that are available in the default style set. They appear in the box at the top above the ribbon. And now I see 6 here, but there are more than 6. If I click on the down arrow, I'll see that I have actually 18 available here in this particular option. Now, different style sets have different numbers of styles available to you. To apply a style to a paragraph, all I need to do is click on the paragraph, and then I click on the style option I want. And let's say we want a heading 1, and now we've changed the style for this to heading 1. If I want to take heading 1 and change the style, how do I do that? Well, I simply highlight the paragraph, and then I make the changes that I want. Let's say we want a different kind of text. We'll use this kind. We'll turn the color back to something normal. We'll turn it to black. And we'll change the paragraph spacing. Right now it has 16 points before. Let's go down to 12 and click OK. We've changed all these features. It's still controlled by heading 1. If I click on heading 1 with the left mouse button, it will go back to what it was. If I click with the right mouse button, I have an option that says Update Heading to Match Selection. I click there, and now my style has changed to match what I see here. Now, you may come into some places where you have some words in a paragraph. I'm going to make a couple, one italic, one bold. Let's make a section here underlined. And you want to apply a style to this where you override all these changes that have been made. If you ever want to do that, just highlight the text that you want to change. And then in the font area, you can click on the little alpha with the eraser, and that will clear all formatting. So if I click there, it all goes back to normal. I'll do Control Z to undo that. There's a keyboard shortcut where you hold down the Control key and press the space bar, and that also will turn all the formatting back to the default for that paragraph. So that's a way to get it back to normal formatting for that paragraph. Whatever style is applied to that will therefore overrule. Now, every style set has a normal. Now, you can change the normal two ways, simply by, first of all, changing any paragraph controlled by normal, and that's what you see with a gray outline. So let's take that and go from Times New Roman. Let's go to Arial Narrow. And now I've changed this. If I want to change normal, everywhere normal occurs, I right-click again and choose Update Normal to match selection. And now my normal paragraph has changed in my entire document. Let's say we have a heading here that we want to change. We'll call this heading 2. I'll click anywhere in that paragraph and click on heading 2, and now I have my heading 2. I'll take this one here. We'll use a heading 2 on that one as well. And now that I have these two paragraphs, I decide later I want heading 2 to look different. I can change it in two ways. First way, I can right-click and say Modify, and that will get me back here where I can modify it and change my formatting of the font, paragraph, border, all kinds of things. Or what I find easier in most cases, I'll cancel out of that, is I can go back to what I did before. I can highlight the paragraph. We're going to change the font. We'll change the size now. We'll make it a little bit smaller. We may even want to change the indent. But when I have it the way I want to, I right-click on it, say Update Heading 2, and notice it updated not only the highlighted paragraph, but the other paragraph controlled by Heading 2. And when I click down further in the document, this one is not formatted yet. It's controlled by normal. I click on Heading 2, and it's changed. So it's very easy on the fly to change the features of any of the styles that are applied to your paragraph in any given document. Let's take this one here, this whole paragraph, and we'll click on the down arrow, and then maybe we want this quote here. And notice the quote has an indent, it has a smaller margin here. Let's decide we don't want the indent to be quite that far, and let's decide that we want to change the font on that. We'll do this one here. We'll turn off the italic, and now we have our quote. Let's also put a box, a border on the left side of the quote, and let's do another one on the right side. So now we have our modified quote. Let's look at our paragraph. Let's make it, instead of multiple, we'll make it a single, and we'll increase the spacing after the paragraph. We made all those changes to quote. Now I can right click, do update quote to match selection, and now I've changed quote. Any paragraph I apply that quote to, let's try it down here, will now have those same uniform features controlled by the style. And again, if I want to change that paragraph, I can highlight the whole thing and decide that I want a different font again, and we'll play with it a little bit. We'll do the agency FB and right click as many times as I want to update it, and guess what? It updated it here and in the paragraph above. So it's a very easy way to use the power of styles and change them on the fly, the existing ones, anytime you want in Microsoft Word. You can also add styles of your own or delete some. That's a different lesson, but we'll deal with that here for you in the future.